just surrounded by comics.
Yeah, we're just covered in comics. We're all naked, just only clothed by comics.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in American Beauty when when
my
Kevin
couch
Spacey
is so
dreamed of that
squeaky.
chick.
What is Jason saying?
Never mind.
Who's Jason?
What I could be saying would be potentially questionable.
Speaking of which, this is the Off the Shelf podcast. My name is Josh.
I'm Vinny.
I'm Jason, the one in question.
And we're talking about The Flash today.
We are talking about The Flash today. So, Josh,
Yes.
my favorite part of every show we do.
Yeah.
Tell me every single thing you could possibly ever know about the character of The Flash. Any of them.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Except
I have a follow-up question after this one.
Okay. Here's the thing. I kind of actually like The Flash a lot.
What?
So I know a few things about him.
Okay.
I know that his name is Barry Allen and that he runs really fast.
Wow.
And
Actually, it's two reallys.
really fast.
Really fast. And one time he broke the world, I think, by running too fast.
All right.
And his little kid brother, perhaps, Kid Flash, became the new Flash. And he did fix things, maybe.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. He's like fast. He fights guys with guns, but for some reason they keep coming back.
Yeah, like Captain
Like,
Cold.
just take the gun out of his hand.
Well,
Right?
yeah.
That's Josh. That is his property. How dare the Flash
Yeah.
steal from another citizen? That's
So
Exactly.
it's a moral thing. The guy's trying to kill him, and he's like, well, I can't take his gun.
He
Yeah.
made that at home.
He did. He
kid
worked
could have
so
helped.
hard. Captain Cold
He did.
worked
he did.
so
There are
hard.
pictures of him and his kid building that gun together.
I know there's like 4 Frost villains in The Flash, right?
Two of them
That,
are...
well, in the DC, there's
The
the Killer
craziest part
Frost.
that I think... I'm about to say they're all somewhat related, but not true. Only 2 of them have siblings that
Yeah.
are also ice related.
There is Mr. Freeze, who is Batman.
Right.
There's Captain Cold, who is the Flash.
Yeah.
Killer Frost, who is in the
Also
Flash
the
show,
Flash. Oh.
but she's more of a Firestorm villain.
And then there's another Killer Frost.
There is like 3 or 4 Killer Frosts.
Okay.
There is Icicle,
There's
Icicle Jr.
They are related, in case you were
Yes,
wondering.
they're like father and son or
What's
something.
Captain Cold's like heat counterparts? Like
Heat Wave.
Heatwave.
Oh yeah.
Hold on,
Okay.
isn't Citizen Cold a completely different character?
Citizen Cold is like a future version of Captain Cold, or an
Okay.
alternate timeline.
He gave up
version.
his rank.
Citizen Cold. Yeah. So
like when Captain Crunch lost his badge and he was just Mr. Crunch.
Mr. Crunch.
Sorry, Captain Crunch, but for your heinous war crimes, you have been demoted to Colonel Crunch.
Colonel Crunch.
He broke the Geneva Convention.
So-
What was your second question?
How many Flashes do you know of, or do you think there are?
Okay, you just said that. What do you count? Oh, do you mean like speedsters or just?
Sure.
like-
How many speedsters do you think there are?
So there's Barry Allen, the kid one.
Yeah.
Kid Flash.
What's
who's
his name?
Wally something.
Wally West. Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Good.
And his sister is Barry's wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kim, what's her name? Kim West?
Iris.
Kim Kardashian West? Iris West, that's right. Iris, the song by the Goo Goo Dolls.
The Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want the world to see. Okay, anyways, there's Reverse Flash.
Okay.
There's the yellow one.
Yes.
Okay, I have questions about him, by the way.
Oh,
Nice,
he is probably all of these books.
Okay,
he
good.
is public enemy number 1.
So we
Oh,
can
yeah.
get into that later.
Yeah.
And there's the Negatron Flash, like the black one.
The Savitar.
Is that what it is?
From the
I don't
show?
know. Yeah, I just that's what I.
Are you talking about the Black Flash? Like the...
Wow, Jason.
He's not really Flash. He's just like he's.
You're talking
smart.
about Savitar from the TV show.
Yeah,
Because he looks like
probably.
Megatron.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to look like Megatron. That's the
No,
craziest part about
the
it.
thing is, I'm pretty sure he's in this book. He
Oh,
looks,
and-
he's like a guy who wears a loincloth.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so
Okay.
good. Like he's like the god of speed, literally.
There's also the original Flash with the metal hat, which I just saw there.
Yes.
But
Jay
that's
Garrick.
his
Jay Garrick.
dad in the show, but you told me it's not his dad.
Yeah.
It's just some
Here's
guy.
Savitar.
Oh, he looks cool.
Yeah, or he doesn't have a loincloth, but
He
he
looks
has,
awesome,
he's
though.
just a shirtless man in
He's
pants.
ripped.
Oh, everyone's
I bet he
ripped.
runs fast.
Oh, you
So
have
fast.
you have no idea, man.
The thing about the Flash is I feel like his villain has to have super speed, otherwise it's like no contest.
What about the turtle?
the turtle?
The exact opposite.
He runs really slow.
No,
Well,
he
he's
makes
like stops
everything
time
really
or something.
slow.
Okay, so I also have a question about that.
Perfect.
But I'll get into it once we mention
I'm going to
it.
answer your question.
Yeah.
No, Barry does not move at regular speed. He moves slower than regular speed.
Was that your question?
Yeah, that was my
Oh my
question.
god.
It doesn't make any sense. If he slows everyone down to slow
It's just
speed,
he slows
wouldn't
everything
be-
down to so slow that even to Barry, that's just like yeah, I think he can move like just that much quicker, but it's not like he's like
Yeah, he
oh,
should be
let
able
me
to move at
jog
normal
around."
human speed.
Yeah, if he can run like thousands of miles per hour,
Yeah.
he should be able to move.
I
like
think it's just
regular
that
speed.
much intense, like
He's so
slow
intense.
down. I think in the show
Is time like frozen for everyone else then?
I think in the
Yeah, I
show
think.
they're like time, but in the comics they're like bullshit. That's just kind of what he
It
does.
just happens.
Yeah.
Is there like a? Does he have like a range?
They eventually explain what it is,
Do you,
but
I have a question for you,
that comes
Jason.
into play with this later
Yeah.
current run.
Do
of
you
the
know if the
Flash.
turtle is more of a recent villain or has he been around for a while? Because I've read a few Flash books and he's never come up ever.
I think he may be somewhat recent. 'Cause
Okay.
that might make sense.
I know he was in Flash Year One,
I don't know.
which
I
was
could
a
be-
recent book.
I could be wrong. But he could just be a character that was over there for so long, and then there was like, oh, we're gonna use him again because no one's heard of him in like a billion years.
Yeah,
So you know what? I don't want to say he isn't because he could just be in some old ass Flash comic we
he
never
could
heard
be.
of.
Because he sounds like either something really recent or something that was made in like 1952.
Yeah, because it's rather a really simple idea because it was a simple idea, or it's a so good because it's such a simple idea.
Yeah. So,
Can I ask a question about the Flash?
of course you can.
So the Flash has accelerated perception, yeah?
Sure, yeah.
So does he think like every second is like a year? Is it like that?
So
Mm,
in the
Or is it just that
in the DC universe they kind of just omit that.
Okay.
They're like we're gonna pretend it's not like that, but like
Yeah.
in Invincible, if you watch
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
or
I
rest
was
thinking
that,
about that too.
they're-
Red
they-
Rush.
They
Red
take a
Rush.
realistic look at it. Like Red Rush is probably what a realistic
Flash would be.
realistic Flash would be, but DC like he has fast perception, but no, his thoughts are normal.
Yeah.
So he can't think faster than everyone else?
He can,
He can.
but it's not like
All the time.
it's not all the time. It's like
He can like turn it on.
He can like
and
turn
off.
it on.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's kind of okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So does he sleep less than most people? Because like he's got at least in the show, his metabolism's really fast, right? So he has to
Yeah,
eat a
he has
lot.
to eat a lot.
So would he
There's that.
sleep really fast too? Can he just like lay down for 5 seconds and be like, "Oh, I'm fully
Well,
rested"?
That's a good
Actually,
question. I don't know.
Not that you mention it. I haven't read it personally, but I've heard of it through like some little research. In I think in Bart Allen's run as Kid Flash, he talks about having to eat like a lot of food a day because
Yeah.
the whole calorie intake
Yeah.
thing, it's accurate because his body burns that much more calories a day running. He has to intake it. Also, another fun fact about that: speedsters can't get tattoos because their skin cells just kind of regenerate so fast that just
That's interesting. Okay.
Do you know who Bart Allen is?
No, I was just gonna ask.
Bart
'cause
Allen is Barry's great grandson.
His name
from-
is Bart.
no grandson.
Grandson? He's
Like-
from the future.
And he's got a Simpsons
Yeah,
name.
grandson.
Grandson or great grandson?
No, it's grandson,
Grandson.
because it's Iris's kid
Okay.
is the parent.
And he becomes Impulse.
Wait,
And then
so do
Kid
Barry's
Flash.
kids have speed abilities, or do they also have to be struck by lightning?
Barry's kids are characters that come in and out of play
Yeah.
because no one's really decided to touch that.
Mm-hmm.
Can he have
Except for the Flash TV show,
Except for the
of
TV show.
course.
So the Flash can have kids. He doesn't have like super sperm that like swim really fast.
No, his.
I mean, they
Well,
probably
I
maybe
mean,
he does,
I mean,
but
that's for Marvel to discuss.
DC.
Marvel.
Sorry, I was staring at a different book. when I said that. But
Yeah, you
yes,
got a huge
that's-
collection of
that's
things
for
over here.
DC to discuss with its fans on
Okay.
a personal note.
Would the baby in her tummy like gestate quicker?
Maybe. Well, cause I don't know, cause she doesn't.
She's
have that
normal.
power. But maybe it would if like his cells can regenerate faster.
Yeah.
That's why
Well,
I'm
it's half
wondering
his
like,
DNA coming
does
through.
True.
the ability get passed down?
Yes,
I guess so. Yeah.
So
Yes,
technically,
because
yeah, the
it-
kid would come out
because his
faster.
grandson has
Has
it
it?
because
Of him.
he's related.
So does
Yeah.
Barry age faster?
No,
I guess not.
Not
No.
that we've seen demonstrated. So
Yeah.
far, he's just kind of.
But DC doesn't really want characters to age.
Right. I mean, that's
why they
the
have like a
issue
reboot
anyway.
every 10 or so years.
Shit, they kind of just killed everybody recently.
Well, I mean, yeah. good old Joshua Williamson. He'll come up later.
Funny man.
All right, so let's get into this book.
All right, so we got a bunch of Flash books. Not going to talk about all of them, of course, but I have here Flash by Mark Waid, book 1 and 2.
Okay.
Which some people would argue with you is like the Flash Bible.
I would also argue, I think this is the best Flash run that I've read. I haven't read a lot.
Flash run.
Flash run. Oh, yeah. So,
Hold on. Sorry,
Yeah.
sidebar.
yeah.
We're talking about DC Comics and y'all call me out. Joshua over here is wearing a Captain America and Spider-Man sock set.
Yeah, I.
Oh.
Look at this traitor. I mean, I appreciate the drip, but look at this traitor, bro.
Yeah.
Calling me out.
Wearing
I don't-
Marvel socks and a Seinfeld shirt.
I don't really know what Captain America is because we haven't talked to him about him yet, but I like Spider-Man.
We'll get into him.
Yeah, I found these socks in the street and I put them on before I got here.
That is unsanitary.
That's the best way to find socks
It
because they
is.
have the memory. So
No, don't do that.
You obtain the memory of the last wearer.
Oh, God.
That's the cool thing about socks.
So, Flash by Mark Waid, pretty much. So, you know, like the Speed Force. Mark Waid invents the Speed Force.
Okay.
This book pretty much invents everything you know about the Flash, besides like the running and the names.
Is the Speed Force just like an imaginary thing for speedsters to refer to?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it gives them power.
It's a place they go to. Like.
It's a place?
It is a
Okay.
place.
Technically,
At this point,
Why isn't it called
it's-
like the Speed Place?
Because
This
technically
small
it's not.
area.
It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go drive to the place. It's
Yeah.
more like
It's like the Force from Star Wars, but
You
speed.
see, at this point in the run, I'm pretty sure it's not a place yet. It's
Okay.
just what gives
This
them
is
their
just
power.
establishing the idea of it.
But eventually, a book called Crisis on Infinite Earths, before this comes out, spoilers, we mention this every episode, but Barry Allen does die in that book. And
Yeah.
Barry Allen is the second Flash. And Wally West, who was Kid Flash at the time, becomes the new Flash.
Yeah.
And eventually they'll say that Barry Allen was in the Speed Force, in the Speed Place, hanging out. But for right now,
you see.
yeah.
Like the way I've always understand it though is not like Barry's just kind of running around in a place. I feel like it's always been more of like just a dimension of energy. And,
Yeah,
like,
I always
you're,
felt like he was converted into living
you're,
energy.
You're one with it. And like
Yeah.
when you come out, it's always like they kind of like spit you out and like
Yeah.
a bolt of lightning.
Like he's
and
not running in
explosion.
like the desert. You know,
So-
he's like
Every bolt of lightning has the ability to turn someone into a speedster.
No.
well, no.
So
It has to be the right concoction
the
of
lightning
lightning
bolt
and
that
chemicals.
the
or
lightning bolt that
something.
struck Barry. Well, I'm not sure if I should drop that
No,
bomb
say
right
it.
there. Okay, so
Say, let's just talk all about the Flash.
Te-
Spoil everything, Jason.
technically, if you want to get deep in on it,
Let's
the
get
lightning
deep in
bolt
there, Jason.
that struck Barry is actually Barry from way later on. That was running so fast that he just became one with the Speed Force and just
Struck lightning onto his past self.
Or he struck himself.
and just kind of struck himself and gave him the power.
Flash is
But-
kind of like a loop.
Okay, that doesn't. Okay.
There's obviously more explanation than what
Yeah.
I gave you.
I have similar
But-
issues with that as I do of the Reverse Flash killing his mom
Yeah, it is like all a
and
loop.
him
Like a
stopping it
yeah.
in the Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
No, I know.
Like
Right.
his mom dying is like a point that has to happen. because
Yes.
Just everything's
That
just been based
births
off
the
that.
Flash.
That's just been everything's been based off that.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I'm sorry, not everything based off that, but like
I mean, that is what
that
births.
chain of events. was-
Exactly. That is the starting point
Okay.
to eventually him becoming the Flash.
So does every speedster get their power by being struck by lightning with chemicals?
No.
there's other
the
ways to
first
do it.
Flash, Jay Garrick, like
He just ran so fast.
No,
that
he was
one
like
day
a
he broke the speed
he
barrier.
inhaled like hard water. That's what they said back in the
Ice?
40s.
You mean ice?
No, it was hard water. It should be ice, But it's
What does
it
water
is-
have to do with speed?
I don't know. But also, at that time, Jake, there wasn't a speed force. He just ran.
Okay.
He was just a guy who was really fast. And then eventually they're like, but actually, what if there was this speed force?
Okay.
And again, so Mark Waid creates the speed force in the 90s. And the first Flash to really learn about it is Wally West, who was Kid Flash, but has taken the mantle of normal Flash. And book 1, this is where you get like his origin, where lightning strikes twice.
Okay.
Pretty much the same exact thing that happens to Barry happens to Wally.
So despite you just saying no to that exact question just moments ago was a lie.
What? What question?
Josh, I think directly asked. So is every speech was just
Well, no,
thing,
just
you were
Wally and Barry, not Jay.
We said nah, just Barry.
Oh, did I say not?
Yeah,
just,
you did.
Oh,
But it's okay.
okay, Barry.
Lying
And,
to
I'm
the
sorry.
audience.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Barry,
Lying to the-
Barry and Wally get struck by lightning. So Wally is a big fan of the Flash when he's like 12 or whatever, and the Flash is friends with Barry, who is dating Wally's sister.
Yeah.
So Barry's like, Wally, you could meet the Flash one day. So Barry runs around a corner, puts the Flash costume on. He's like, hello, Wally, you want to go hang out with me for a day?
Weird.
Yeah. So then for some reason they go to a laboratory. So the Flash is like, let me show you how I got my powers. And then conveniently some lightning strikes onto Wally and some chemicals, creating the same exact process, making
So
Wally
the Flash,
also the Flash.
went back in time and struck Wally.
No.
No, you see, with
Maybe it was Wally who went back in
with
time.
Wally, that's just lightning hit him the right chemicals and
Yeah.
got a bing.
Okay.
We got a Flash boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Wally was on the Teen Titans
Yeah.
for a time. He was one of the original members of the Teen Titans.
Or the Young Justice?
They used to be the Teen Titans.
Okay.
There's both Teen Titans
Yeah,
and Young
yeah,
Justice. On Young Justice, Bart Allen, he was like the Kid Flash on there. Well, he was Impulse on there.
Is he the one with the red hair?
That's
Yes.
Wally.
Oh, okay.
They both have red hair.
Oh, okay.
But
I forgot that he wore that just pseudo Flash suit.
he
for
wears
so
the
long.
exact same costume as the Flash, but made for a child.
I feel
Okay.
like when he wears it, he looks like Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh yeah, that's foreshadowing for something else.
Yeah.
But
Wait, what?
we'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
Here's Mirror Master. You know Mirror Master?
Yeah.
He can.
He's
You want to
really lame
explain
in the
Mirror
show.
Master?
He's the master of mirrors.
Yeah.
Whoa,
I mean,
baby.
So essentially, what he does is he just travels through mirrors, and he can travel through any mirror. And
He could
just
trap you in the mirror dimension.
He can toss you in a mirror too, and it's quite a pain in the ass. But what Barry does, which is quite resourceful when you're a speedster, he just keeps running to all the mirrors, and so he just eventually finds his way out or back.
Yep.
So there's a mirror dimension.
Yep.
Yep,
Is it just the same thing but reversed, or what?
it's just a dimension with pathways and mirrors. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Huh. Is
It's-
that anything
they-
like the Speed Force dimension?
As far as
But
I
it's
know, with
mirrors.
my knowledge, it's just a dimension connecting mirrors.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure they show it in the Justice League animated
They
cartoon, and it's literally just like a big space of mirrors and stairs.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
yeah.
Flash, mark my words, runs around really fast.
He runs
so
around to
tries
all the
way
mirrors,
one.
tries to find his way out. So, for me, now since I mentioned the Justice League cartoon, Wally was always my favorite favorite Flash because he's the one I grew up with. So then I learned at a young age that there was another Flash before him named Barry, and I was like, who the hell is that?
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought the Flash was Wally West. And so in this run, this is book 2 now, because the first book is pretty much origin and setup. Book 2 starts with this really awesome, kind of silly story
Sorry,
about
before
Green
you-
Lantern and the Flash
Before you
teaming
tell
up.
the story about the Green
Yes.
Lantern, do you think anyone had only read the comics of the one with the stupid metal hat, and they were like, this is the
Whoa,
only
whoa,
Flash?
whoa, whoa.
How does this okay.
It's a World
Whoa.
War II, like...
Sure.
Yeah.
Slow
Fine.
Oh,
your
how does it
roll,
stay on?
How
bro.
does it stay on? There's no chin strap.
That's a great question, actually. I don't know.
It's just magic
Well,
hat.
well,
It's not aerodynamic.
It's conductive.
Why would he wear
Exactly.
it?
It's conductive.
He's
The
electricity.
electricity stays
And-
to his hair fiber. I don't know.
He's not magnetic.
How does he inhaled hard water and became the Flash? Okay,
So
it doesn't
Who
matter.
are we to say what he can and can't do as mortal men?
Also, so okay, this is gonna get really confusing.
Yeah.
So back in the 40s, Jay Garrick was the Flash.
Yeah.
And then a new editor came into DC and was like, that guy sucks. And his name was Josh. No,
Yeah.
he came in
Come on, bro.
and he was like, Jay Garrick and Alan Scott, like the original Flash and Green Lantern, were lame. And he wanted to tell stories about new Green Lanterns and Flashes.
I mean, they were.
okay.
You can't.
They
deny it.
were.
Yeah.
I love them, but they're lame.
Cowards.
So they create Barry Allen and Hal Jordan.
Okay.
So now there's a new Flash and a new Green Lantern, but this isn't a Green Lantern episode, so get him out of here for now. So
isn't he in the story?
He is in the story for a little bit, but we'll get back to that. Now Barry Allen used to read comics of Jay Garrick, the Flash. There used to be Flash comics.
Comics. Okay.
So Flash
No.
in a comic, Flash would read a comic of Jay Garrick being the Flash. But then they said that Jay Garrick and Alan Scott was in Earth 2.
Wait. So why would there be comics of them?
Okay,
Nonsense.
because the guy who wrote the comics, when he would dream, he would be linked to Earth 2 just because of comic nonsense. So he could see into Earth 2 through his dreams and then would write about it. And people just thought he was crazy or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the idea that when.
And then
you
eventually
dream-
they just are like, Jay Garrick was the Flash during World War II. No Earth 2.
Oh, really? They just retcon it?
Retcon it.
Okay.
Because of Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah.
Sure. But in this book.
In this, he was just he's not from Earth 2. He was just
Okay.
the Flash from World War II or something.
Okay. Sure.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. So Wally West teams up with Hal Jordan in the beginning of this book because Gorilla Grodd and Hector Hammond. You know Hector Hammond? Do you know Hector Hammond?
No.
He was the villain in
another
the
name?
Green Lantern movie. The guy, the school teacher with the big head.
Yeah.
You see, I always related to that guy having
A big head.
having a 5 head. I always related to him as the villain because you know what? It's hard out there
Having a big head.
Having a big head.
And you could read your students' thoughts, and they were saying mean
These
things
things about you.
It was quite disturbing, man. They were
Yeah.
rude.
So Gorilla. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so Gorilla Grodd is upset. He is not the king of Gorilla City.
He should be.
So he tries to kill the king, and they exile him.
No more
So
bananas.
no more bananas. So he
Is that
teams
what
up
they
with
said?
Hector Hammond
to get more bananas.
to get more bananas. Here's Hector Hammond.
Oh.
They team up, and Hector Hammond is a Flash or is a Green Lantern villain. Gorilla Grodd is a Flash. That's why they team up. They go to Gorilla City.
If you're wondering a little more about Gorilla Grodd,
Yes.
his plot is essentially just Planet of the Apes.
Straight up.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Minus the rest of the apes.
Yeah.
Which Planet of the Apes?
The one with James
original?
Franco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you read it, it's pretty damn close.
Yeah. Also, because there's monkeys going on in this book, everyone's favorite detective chimp, Mr. Bobo, he helps,
Detective Chimp is in this
Detective
book?
Chimp is in this
Are
book.
you
He's right
kidding
here.
me? The main man, Detective
The main man,
Chimp.
there's a detective who is a chimp named Detective Chimp.
So was he
Dude.
always a chimp, or was he just a
Yes,
detective who became
Detective
a chimp?
Chimp was a circus chimp that happened to drink, I think, from it's either the Fountain of Youth or just some kind of magic, form of water in the woods, and he just
It was
gained.
solid water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard water.
Crazy enough,
water.
he saw Jay Garrick drinking the same puddle. They drank from the same puddle, and then he just kind of gained sentience. He was like, damn, I'm smart as shit.
They have this same kind of intestinal worms that make
Yeah.
them super.
Yeah.
Like the one with Futurama when Fry ate the
Yes,
sandwich at the
yeah.
gas station.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's
Or
just like that.
I thought you were gonna say the episode where there's the smart chimp.
That too.
Yeah.
That's actually a different character as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, Detective Chimp, he's really cool. He kind of hangs out with all the DC supernatural characters.
Yeah, like Constantine, Zatanna.
And
So
Swamp
he's like
Thing.
the Howard the Duck of DC.
kind
kind
of,
of.
except he's more serious and like he's more like well respected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, we need a smart guy who is somehow animal related.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Detective Chimp, what's going on with you? How's your day?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I really like Detective Chimp.
He tends to hang. I'm not sure in this, but later on, he tends to hang out in a place called the Bar with No Name.
Yeah, he's not here, and he's not there in this book.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
That comes into play with other stories.
Okay.
So the main plot in this is Gorilla Grodd turns Green Lantern into a monkey man, and Hector Hammond turns the Flash into like a really smart thinker type man with also a big head.
Okay.
So you
So
mean
they're like-
Green Lantern thanks Gorilla Grodd
Yeah.
for the gift he gave him
For
and,
monkey
and it
ability.
leaves.
Yeah. Green Lantern's very happy with being a monkey.
Is he?
Yep. End of story.
I mean, I would be.
No, he's
I was
actually
like,
quite
Gorilla Grodd,
upset
dude,
for some
thanks,
reason.
bro. I'm warmer. I have
Yeah.
more strength. Have a nice day.
Cool. Yeah. No, he actually fights Gorilla Grodd.
So how does having
How
a
rude.
big brain stop him from running fast?
So
Because his all like, you know what? That's not too wrong. So his head is so
center of
big.
gravity is all screwed up.
His legs don't work. Like the rest of his body doesn't work.
Okay.
Only his brain and head area work. Oh yeah. So the Flash's head is too big for him to run.
Yeah.
But then they figured it out.
Okay.
And then that's the end of that. Also, so at the time, Wally West was a new member of the Justice League, and we talked about the Justice League during this time, during the death of Superman,
Yes.
because the Justice League was Booster Gold, Blue Beetle,
Yeah.
Fire and Ice, and some other characters. They're the Justice League during this. So Wally is now on that team, and he is as happy as you could be on that team.
Is he like the only capable one on that team?
Well, there's Green Lantern now.
Oh, okay.
So it's them, and
Okay.
they're the only ones who can actually do something.
Is he
else.
like buddies with Green Lantern then? Because they seem to hang out a lot.
Well, so Hal and Barry were friends, and Hal obviously knows Wally because Wally was Kid Flash,
Yeah.
hanging out with Barry.
Who's this asshole I'm looking at right now?
Oh, this is the
Green
Doctor Alchemy.
Oh.
No, not Dr. Alchemy.
Why not Dr. Alchemy?
Dr. Alchemy. Jason, tell me everything you know about Dr.
He's
Alchemy.
got like the Philosopher's Stone or something.
Literally.
Yeah,
like you're spot on.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, according to the Flash TV show,
Oh,
Dr. Alchemy was just some asshole who was just trying to make everything like it was in Flashpoint because he was secretly Savitar, and Savitar was secretly Barry
What?
from the timeline where Iris died, and he got super sad and angry.
Okay.
But don't worry, none of that is in this book.
I was gonna say this
Yeah,
is
it's
before
all
Flash.
nonsense.
Dr. Alchemy
This
just
Dr.
turns
Alchemy-
things into other things.
Okay.
Yeah, this Dr. Alchemy is simple.
Like he turns the Flash to gold.
That's how
Oh,
it's meant
so
to
he's
be.
got like Midas touch.
Sure.
Isn't there a Spider-Man villain that has that?
I think so.
There is a villain called Dr. Midas.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
He turns things to
But
gold, right?
He's in like Original Sin and stuff.
Oh.
He's not really a.
No, I saw it in like an old comic.
Oh.
He like is chasing after this guy who's turning things to gold, and he's like, "Stop that!"
Knock it off. Knock it off. But so Dr. Alchemy's in
he's
this.
like, "You're ruining the economy."
So you got like Dr. Alchemy in this book. You got the Gorilla Grodd story, but the main story of book 2 is dashing through the snow because it's Christmas time, and are you headbanging to
course.
Dashing Through the Snow?
Yeah.
It's a banger.
Of course, Jay Garrick and Wally West are running through the streets on Christmas, hanging out. I should mention Wally is dating this girl named Linda. Yeah, you look puzzled.
Sorry to cut you off here. So this
You're
guy
never sorry.
is from what, World War II or something, right?
Yeah. Why is he
And
not?
Wally West was like 5 when he's met the Flash, right? Why is he not like old? He's like a middle-aged man. He should be like decrepit.
Well, because DC wants you to think that it's only been a few years since.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about age.
Don't worry about that.
It doesn't
Josh.
matter.
Don't worry about that.
Shut up.
Okay.
Just read the comic.
Read the comic. Santa Claus is here.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Is
You're
Santa
asking too
real
many
in this
questions,
universe?
bro.
I think the
You're
Santa-
not your Santa. You're asking all these questions. Come on,
I-
man.
Does
this-
Santa utilize the Speed Force to deliver
Santa
presents?
is actually one of the strongest metahumans in DC Universe. And that is
Really?
canonical.
That is canonical.
Is that true?
But this is not that Santa.
100%. I
It is
swear.
true. This is not that Santa, though. This Santa is just like stealing money because it's Christmas
Oh,
and he needs to like
sure.
get money for his family or whatever.
Yeah.
But the main thing about this is on Christmas Eve, Barry Allen returns from the dead. Oh man, Barry Allen returns from the dead, and Barry's been dead for like many years at this point. Like not like probably about 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
And he just walks through the door of their house on Christmas, and everyone's like, "What?" And Barry's like, "Hello, Merry Christmas."
He's like a zombie.
No, it's worse.
Okay.
So Barry is like, everyone's happy to see Barry.
Sure.
Here's Hal Jordan. Hal's like, "Barry, my old friend."
He's like, I've been hanging out with this stupid kid.
Exactly. Yeah. And Wally's like an adult at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
And Barry's like, "Oh, Wally, you're such a good Flash. I'm so happy you took up the mantle."
Yeah.
So I should mention, there's this character, the Pied Piper, who used to be a villain. Who the Pied Piper?
Sure, he makes like rats dance, maybe.
Yep,
Same guy.
same guy. He like reformed, and he's not he used to be a villain, and he's not a villain anymore. He's
Okay.
like kind of buddies with Wally West. But Barry doesn't know that. So when Barry comes back, he's immediately like about to murder freaking Pied Piper.
You're about to punch him at the speed
of light.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Wally's like, "No, don't do that. What are you doing?" And so Wally notices that Barry's like a lot different. Like he's angrier. He's like he'd kill people maybe.
Oh.
Eventually they get into some danger, and Barry straight up just leaves Wally to die.
Oh.
He's like, "Oh, Wally, I can't help you. Goodbye." Meanwhile, Jay Garrick and some other speedsters like Max Mercury and Johnny Quick,
Yes.
they all come together, and they're like,
These assholes.
these assholes come together. So Jay Garrick is the first Flash, but Max Mercury is the first speedster.
Okay.
But don't worry, they all use the Speed Force.
Sure.
So,
Convoluted.
and they all come together. Oh, here's Wally's girlfriend or wife.
Why is she standing on top of that person's head?
That's her. It's just the next panel.
Okay. That's bad. That's bad design.
I like it.
That's stupid. I hate it.
Okay. Well, it's not important. What is important is
Not for you.
Jay Garrick, Max Mercury, and the other assholes come together,
Yeah.
and they're like, something's wrong with Barry. Meanwhile, Wally's like supposedly dead, and everyone's like, Barry comes back, and he's like, Wally died, and everyone's like, oh, we don't believe you. We think you're up to something, Barry. Why? What's wrong with you? So it turns out that Barry is not Barry at all.
Oh, whoa.
He is
really?
actually Reverse Flash in disguise.
Okay.
Shock.
The Reverse Flash, I guess, got plastic surgery to look identical to Barry Allen. Changed his
He used
costume.
some like Mission Impossible magic
Oh yeah.
to replace his face.
And now he's ready to fuck up Wally's life. So Jason, tell everybody Reverse Flash or Professor Zoom shtick. And
Professor Zoom.
Professor Zoom, baby.
Like that movie with Tim Allen?
Yes! So holy shit! Someone else has watched Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Josh, I've told Vinny about Zoom a million times, and I told a million people about Zoom, and everyone's like, Jason, what are you talking about? You're speaking nonsense to me. That didn't actually happen.
Yeah, there's like the little girl who's strong and the kid that's fat. It's really great.
That movie is like a sick day from school fever dream.
It is.
I have never seen that.
We should watch it tonight, right now. Put it on.
End of the show.
I'm pretty sure it's on HBO Max, so I'll.
Is it actually?
I will 100% watch it.
What?
Okay.
That
We
is
should.
okay.
Okay, but tell us about Reverse
Okay,
Flash.
Tell us about Reverse Flash.
Reverse
Jason.
Flash,
the nitty gritty.
or what I like to call him, is the biggest prankster in the DC universe.
By far.
I'll probably throw out the word prankster to a lot of villains and a lot of characters, but when I refer to Reverse Flash, he is peak prankster.
Oh yeah.
Because
He pranks through time.
his life goal is to just be as much of an asshole to Barry Allen as he possibly can, and I am not understating it. Like, he goes back in time to the point of tripping Barry downstairs, taking his homework.
Wait,
like,
really?
I swear to God, just stupid little BS things.
That's
like
hilarious.
make him late for dates. Just stupid little here and there bullshit, just to make Barry have a miserable life and just have a completely terrible upbringing, just because of some stupid petty rivalry between them.
Here's Max Mercury.
That's
By the way.
awesome.
And Reverse Flash even goes as far as to be fucking over everybody else.
Okay, so here's my thing.
Yeah.
Reverse Flash.
Yes.
First of all, his suit's yellow, right?
Yeah.
But yellow's not really like the inverse of red.
Well, the Flash has like a red suit and yellow like boots and
It's
like
more or less
yellow
it's
highlights.
more or less literal.
inverse.
Like the
Reverse.
costume is in.
Because I was also gonna say, why doesn't he run backwards? If he's Reverse Flash, he should be going in reverse.
See, that's why I prefer the name Professor Zoom.
It doesn't look good on
See,
paper.
Professor Zoom sounds good.
If Professor
Yeah.
Zoom was like an OG, like I'm Professor Zoom.
But
Yeah.
I'd love to see the Flash like running at top speed and then Reverse Flash just
running backwards?
next to him.
That'd be
See-
pretty epic.
Another thing about Reverse Flash was really cool is the way he utilizes his Speed Force.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he does it in the comics as much as he did it in the show, but in the show, he would often use his hand as like a weapon.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like vibrate it and like kind of into people's chest and like and just obliterate
yeah.
their hearts. Like, I thought that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
He does that.
I thought that idea was just overall intense.
He doesn't do that in the comics?
No, he does.
Oh, he does, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Reverse Flash or Professor Zoom does pretty much every possible thing to be an asshole to Barry Allen,
Yep.
to ruin his life.
Yep.
He killed his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate move.
Yeah.
If you want to
Dad.
get back at someone, kill their mom.
Killed her mom.
Yeah.
Eric Cartman did the same thing. It worked out for him.
Yeah, so Reverse Flash or Eobard Thawne, as his
Yeah.
real
Future
name
man.
is from the future and like really obsessed with the Flash.
Because he's a cuck.
Because he is a cuck. So he comes back.
He's from the future, and
Yeah.
he knows about the Flash.
Yep.
Yeah.
How far in the future?
He works at a Flash museum. It's like
Museum.
20. Well, I think in the comics it's 2022
Oh, yeah,
or something
wait.
like that. But like, that's where we are now.
So
It's sometime
so
in the
he's
future.
obsessed with the Flash. Why does he want to ruin his life?
Because he's
You know, I might have this wrong,
Yeah.
but not to bring the Incredibles into it. How Syndrome wanted to be
Yeah.
friends with Mr. Incredible. I think Eobard Thawne wanted to be friends or buddies, like fight crime with Barry Allen, and Barry was like, no.
no.
So then he's a villain, just like the Incredibles.
But Sinestro is a
Sinestro.
Syndrome.
Syndrome is a Green Lantern villain.
No,
Yes.
Sinestro's
Sinestro is the Green Lantern
Yeah.
villain.
Syndrome is.
Syndrome is the best villain in cinema.
Who voiced Syndrome?
Oh man.
It's I don't know why
Jason
I
Lee.
started. Is it?
Oh, it is Jason.
It
Lee.
is. Oh, yeah.
man.
I
Yeah.
love Jason.
You ever watch
Lee.
My Name Is Earl?
I have. Yeah.
Oh man,
Perfect.
classic TV.
Jason
Excellent.
Lee's pretty great.
Oh.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
You know what? I just watched Alvin and the Chipmunks the other night.
A fellow proud Jason.
Yeah, what a good movie that was.
Is it?
No,
Yeah.
but I love it. I always will remember that movie because the first time I watched it, I was watching with my cousin.
Me too. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And my
I was watching it with your cousin too.
and my cousin is like, Vinny, look out the window. And I look out the window, my neighbor's house is on fire.
What?
And I'm like, what? So for the longest time, when
thought
I was
that
younger,
movie
I
set
thought that
houses
movie
on
caused
fire?
house fires. Because I was young, yeah. I mean, maybe I didn't think
If you're
that.
really mad at somebody, guys, let's watch
Alvin
Alvin
and the Chipmunks. Like, I was scared to watch the Squeakquel. Because if
house fires.
who knows? Like,
flood the city.
It might flood the city or a tornado. I don't know. I eventually did watch the Squeakquel and nothing happened.
Yeah, except
So
That you know.
that I know of.
Some,
Oh man, that's
some poor-
horrible.
some poor family somewhere off in nowhere just got bombed because
Yeah.
of that.
Oh
Isn't
man,
David Cross in that movie too.
yeah.
David
Yeah.
Cross is the villain.
Zachary Levy is in.
David Cross
One
was
of them.
also a World War II teacher at me and Vinny's high school.
Oh, really?
No.
Yep, nope, it was him. Though. He had
Oh,
direct
man.
class and taught us World War
Yeah,
II.
Mr. I shouldn't say his name.
No.
Yeah, we had a teacher who we all felt like looked exactly
Like David Cross.
We won't
but
name
a
names.
little larger.
Hmm.
We're not gonna name names.
Nah, he was boring. Anyway, the Flash. So Barry Allen eventually comes back to life during Final Crisis,
Mhm.
Another Crisis by Grant Morrison,
The King.
the King.
There's a lot of crises.
Oh.
in Flash.
It's not just Flash, baby. But Flash is like the centerpiece of every
If there's
crisis.
a crisis, you're probably gonna have some Flash characters playing a big role.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
So the Flash comes back in Final Crisis. We'll talk about it one day. I don't really like Final Crisis, but we'll still talk about it, I guess.
Okay.
So Barry comes back, and he becomes the Flash again. And Wally's he's also just the Flash. So there's like 3 or 4 Flashes, because then Bart becomes Kid Flash. So there's 3 Flashes in Kid Flash, all
Okay.
at the same time. Plus, some of Barry's other kids come from the future to the present.
Oh, he's got a bunch of kids.
He has like some.
Okay.
Yep. There's a lot in the Flash family.
Hmm.
But Flashpoint kind of trims the hedge, so to speak.
Flashpoint not only trims the hedge of the Flash family, but also trims the hedge of just DC in general. Because Jeff Johns had a story to tell.
Hmm.
And it was good, I enjoy it. After this, so you know Flashpoint, you watched some of the movie.
Yeah.
Tell me everything you know about Flashpoint.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the Flash, Barry Allen, right? He goes back in time to stop his mom from being killed
Nice.
because he learned that the Reverse Flash did it, and he's like mad, and he's like, wait, I can do that too. So he goes back in time, stops
Okay.
his mom from being killed, but then all of a sudden he's back in regular time, and for some reason remembers being the Flash, even though he wouldn't, because it's technically the Barry that grew up and didn't become the Flash, so he wouldn't even know that the Flash ever existed.
Well, that's the
Well,
problem.
Sure, yeah.
And then some stuff happens. Batman is Batman's dad, and he's pretty cool.
Yep.
And he kills people.
Yep.
And then
There is a war
There's a
between
war.
the Amazons and the Atlanteans.
and the Atlanteans, yeah.
The War of Joseph.
But I kind of
No,
didn't care
fair.
about that. I just wanted to see Flash run real fast.
That's fair. The thing is, this says Flashpoint, but it's really just like DC.
He gets really burnt trying to get his Flash powers back.
Yeah, he teams up with Thomas Wayne to
Yeah.
get his Flash powers back, and he gets
It's deep fried.
he gets deep fried.
He finds, doesn't he find the Reverse Flash's ring?
Yeah.
And he's asks the
'Cause
same
the Reverse
question
Flash
we all
is-
ask, and is how does the suit fit in there?
Yeah. I really like Flashpoint. It really turns a lot of things on its head.
You know what would have been an interesting idea
What?
if we had learned that, in this universe, in the Flashpoint universe,
Yeah.
that if Barry was that universe's Reverse Flash, because shoot, he had the yellow ring. Oh, entry
He
gate.
did, but didn't he just make his own?
I think he literally just
Yeah,
made the Flash suit.
He
Yeah.
changed it, but it's not what happens. But I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to think, ooh, what if in this timeline
Yeah,
Barry
that
was
was
been
Reverse
cool.
Flash.
Yeah.
Flashpoint also, because crises Now, this doesn't say, like, crisis.
Sure.
Flash, the crisis, but it is a crisis. Crises or whatever, they always, like, fold in other comic book characters that might not be, like, DC related.
Okay.
Like, they don't always do it, but the original Crisis on Infinite Earths did it with, like, Blue Beetle and Peacemaker. They weren't DC. They were, like, Charleston or Charlton Comics.
Mm-hmm.
This does it with the character Grifter and some others. They were from the Wildcat universe or something.
I wish I knew more about Grifter. He seems cool.
Well, you should read Flashpoint. Just kidding. He's in it only a little. He does help out in like the big final battle with the
Something I
war.
didn't like about the Flashpoint
Yeah.
is that like Cyborg is really boring and lame.
Cyborg is working for like the government.
I know.
Yeah.
And he's like he's
lame.
very robotic. Which
He's-
of
well-
course he's a robot. I know, but in like
No
the Teen
personality?
Titans, he's like cool and he's got personality.
That's yeah. So yeah, everything's different in Flashpoint. Superman, who's usually landed in Kansas and gets found by a nice elderly couple and turned into like a symbol of hope, is
Now
found by
he's
the
a-
government and stored underground in a bunker, and is like really skinny and has no power
Yeah.
because they have him under like red sun.
He's
Lights.
essentially just a redditor.
Red
living-
sunlight.
Yeah,
He's like
red
a
sun.
lizard.
yeah. Eventually they'll try to like break him out and have him join their team, which he doesn't. But he does. He leaves and then he flies up to the sun to get some power. Eventually joins
How do they know that he gets his power from the sun?
because Barry
Barry's like,
knows.
"Hey, you guys."
Barry has all the knowledge of everything from the previous DC universe. Still, there's also the Element Woman.
She's just an
There's a
inverted
character
of
Element Man or Metamorpho, who's
Okay.
Rex Mason, who's a guy version of this.
Sure.
Um,
What does she do?
He or she usually
She's Triceratops Marla.
she can like she could do whatever with elements.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
Storm?
No, more like she
Oh,
is made of
she's like-
them. Like she can
Oh,
shoot like
okay.
concrete
So
or
she's
something.
she's like the last Airbender.
Sure, essentially, yeah. There's also the Captain Marvel family, which I know Jason loves those characters. But do you know the Captain Marvel family? The Marvel family?
No.
Just take
Okay.
Shazam and copy paste on like 7 kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
And usually
Oh,
they all
they're in the movie.
they all say Shazam, and then they become
all say Shazam?
They can all say Shazam, and they all become Shazams.
Okay.
But in this, they all say Shazam, and they become one being.
They become like a Captain Planet.
Yes.
Yes, just like Captain Planet. What man, Captain Planet?
Yeah.
The original
Well-
Shazam.
What was?
It's like Fire, Earth.
No, yeah, I'm trying to think of some villains. You remember some
No,
villains?
I do not remember
All right.
enough about
Fossil
Captain
fuels.
Verminous.
Yeah, yeah.
They had
it's
a
like
villain
littering
like
and-
global warming. No, but they had like villains like verminous scum. Anyway, so there's a war with the Amazons or the
Yeah.
Amazonians and the Atlanteans.
Is it cool?
It's pretty rad.
Okay.
You got like a lot of things going on.
Are the Atlanteans not just like fish people?
No,
Nah, they're just
they're like
guys.
guys
Okay.
and gals. Here's the
Sure.
Reverse Flash.
So he's still there.
He is.
Yeah.
He's been like lurking, watching, jerking.
He's like Barry. This was all your fault.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't make this. Like,
Yeah.
alternate reality. You did. You ran back in time because you missed your mommy.
Well, technically, wouldn't this be the true reality, and the alternate reality would be the one that Reverse Flash changed by killing Barry's mom?
Sure.
Because all Barry did was reverse the actions of the Reverse
Well, okay,
Flash.
no. Originally, a random person killed Barry's mom.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Eobard is like, but what if I did it?
Okay, I get it. Okay. So
Um,
his mom always dies.
So his mom, no
Yeah.
matter what, always
Okay,
has
got
to
it, got
die.
it. Does he like cry when he sees his mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, Mom! You know, of course he cries.
Yeah.
So, Reverse Flash and normal Flash get into a huge fight, which is very cool. And in the animated movie, they do a great job. Eventually, Thomas Wayne Batman shows up and murders
Got a
Reverse
sword.
Flash.
Wow.
He drops the nicest line of the book.
Yeah. Where is it?
Never stand still.
Never stand still. Yeah, here it is. Doctor's advice: when you're in the middle of a war, don't stand still. And then he stabs him through the chest. In the movie, he shoots him in the head,
Yeah.
but
This is
It's
way
a lot
cooler.
cooler
Yeah.
to have a giant sword.
yeah, I like both versions. Whatever. So before Thomas Wayne dies, during the middle of the destruction, he runs away for a little while to write a little note or write a letter, and he gives it to Barry, and he's like, Barry, when you go back to your timeline, give this to my son Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
So Barry runs so fast, he goes back in time and undoes it all.
Okay.
But without realizing
So he
it,
kills his mom?
he he stops himself
Punches her at the speed of
he,
a moving train.
he pretty much chases himself and stops himself from going back in time.
Okay.
So when he wakes up, he, without realizing it, creates a whole new. He reboots the DC universe,
Sure.
creating the New 52,
Uh,
which is right here.
yeah.
So when
So it was his fault.
it's all Barry's fault. So you don't realize it at first, but when you read this and you look at the costumes, so let me find the Flash's normal costume right here, very simple.
Yeah.
You get back to the new reboot and
It's
his
all rigid.
it's all rigid and there's
Yeah.
lines, and Batman's the same way. That's not very important, but the costumes are changed and everything,
Yeah.
so that's how you could tell it's a reboot, I guess. So Batman,
It's like it can't be the same.
I guess not.
Okay.
They wanted it to be more edgy and cool.
Sure.
So Barry gives the letter to Bruce that
Yeah.
his dad wrote.
And it's like the most heartwarming
It is
thing
the most-
ever.
Batman even cries.
Oh.
And if you know anything about anything, Batman crying is like
Batman never cries.
this is like the best, and this kind of cements Barry's and Bruce's future relationship.
Yeah.
Because something that's kind of I'm not sure if it's unsung, but Batman heavily respects Barry for
Oh, yeah.
his intelligence and shit. Batman
Yeah.
will often be like, "Hey yo, Barry, I had some problems. You wanna work together? What's up?"
And not even just intelligence and everything, but also Barry did sacrifice himself. Barry kind of sacrifices himself a lot, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
He's always willing to do what's best, even
Yeah.
if that means he'll die. And that's pretty much the end of this book. And after this, the New 52 is born. And depending who you are, you love it or you hate it or you don't care. I'm in the middle. It's all right. Some things are good, like Batman really good, Superman really bad, Wonder Woman pretty cool, The Flash all right. It really depends. The Flash was good. I enjoyed it for the first few volumes.
So I like the Flash. I think he's a cool character.
The
and
Flash
Super
is a
Speed
very
is
cool
pretty
character. Yeah.
neat. So here's my thing.
Okay.
Does he have any sort of super strength?
Maybe
That ties
Maybe-
into later.
later Joshua Williams and
Yeah.
stuff.
Does he?
Okay.
Because I feel like
it's kind of weird. It's to explain it, it would be a whole thing. So essentially, I'll kind of explain quickly. They introduce other forces. He introduces the Sage Force, the Strength Force, and the Speed Force are already there. Yeah, the Strength Force, it makes you real strong.
okay. See,
What?
Because I was thinking, if you're punching someone at super speed, your entire body will break, right? Your
Yeah.
arm will be
Shattered.
dead. Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, he probably
Barry pulls his punches. Well, sorry, they all pull their punches.
Even still.
plus maybe the energy, the lightning and everything
Maybe.
shields him. You could
Sure.
say. I have a question. Can someone wield all of the forces? Is that a story?
Oh wait, you can only wield certain ones.
Well, I don't know.
I think in a story called Perfect Storm, I'm pretty sure the villain, who I will not name yet, wields all of them to fight the heroes of said story.
Hmm.
He's
Okay.
like, I'll use this, and that to fight you. But then they're all like, stop it.
Yeah.
And they just kick his butt.
Interesting. I didn't read Joshua Williamson's Flash.
I gotta read more of it because
Yeah.
it houses one of my favorite villains, Godspeed. And I already know a decent bit of his backstory or what about him, but I want to dive deeper into him before I actually go into great depth.
Everything I know about Godspeed is from the TV show, so
Oh, wow,
I
that's
don't
so sad.
really like him.
My only knowledge of him is from Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi movie.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Same guy.
Same guy.
So the forces are like the Infinity Stones.
You have to collect them all.
They're
Like, wield all of
way
them.
less important. It's more.
Okay.
It's more or less like the villain reveals a pie chart of the universe. It's like if you have this power, you belong to this. If you have
Yeah.
this power, you belong to this. If you have
Okay.
this power, you belong to this. He essentially
Okay.
just wields the pie chart of superpowers.
Okay. So is Shazam like the strength force or something?
Shazam could be
He's just
qualified into everything because he's like a culmination
like the
of multiple
gods
gods.
of-
He
yeah.
can't fly though, can he?
Yeah.
Yes, he can.
Oh, Shazam
Shazam's-
could just jump.
No, Shazam's name is like stands for all, like a bunch of gods,
Oh, really?
like Solomon and Hercules,
Oh,
Solomon,
okay.
Hercules, Apollo,
or Atlas,
Zeus, Atlas, and Mercury.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Shazam's a cool character. Well, there's a movie coming.
Huh.
We'll talk about it.
All right.
Yeah. I think that wraps up the Flash for now. We will definitely
Yeah.
talk about Joshua Williamson stuff because I like Joshua Williamson.
He has some fun stuff.
Yeah.
He has some fun stuff.
We'll talk more about the forces, I guess.
Go Power Rangers! Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Nah, you're good, man. I love
In the
Power
form of T-Rex.
You know, my
Like
mom used she never liked the Flash TV show because she said the costumes and everything remind her too much of the Power Rangers because of how low budget or just like how bad the costumes were. And now rewatching it or just looking at it, I have to agree with
Fast
her.
forward to season 8, and they're all wielding their own individual
Yeah,
colorized weapons.
it is so. I showed her what's going on in the Flash, and she was like, "I was right, Vinny," and I'm like, "You were, Mom. I'm not saying you weren't."
Vinny's mom is just all powerful.
Are you telling me the Power Rangers are not epic?
They are,
They
but
are
not for the
epic.
Flash.
They are epic. I love the Power
Me
Rangers.
too. The
Power
Justice League
Rangers
crossed
were-
over with the Power Rangers ones.
They did.
Oh yeah, in Justice League and the Power Rangers,
Were they?
or versus Power
Were the
Rangers.
Power Rangers a help? Were
They probably fought and then teamed up. I didn't read it. It might have been written by Joshua Williamson. Maybe I should get it. We'll
Power
talk about it.
Rangers are kind of like Shazam.
Superman fights a Gundam.
Yeah. Did you see the Power Rangers are kind of like Shazam?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Don't
hold
they go
on.
like
Yeah.
Power Ranger go and
Hold
then
on,
they become
technic-
super?
Technically, Superman and Batman also have a Gundam.
Yeah.
So
They do.
They can just hop in their own Gundam.
Doesn't Batman's got like the Hellbat or something, right?
Not even that. So I'm not sure if it's just in the movie or if it's in the book.
It
too.
is in the book.
So
in Superman Batman by Jeff Loeb.
A character named Toyman
Toyman.
makes Batman and Superman a
A
gigantic
different toy man.
Gundam, where it's just half Batman, half Superman. That's it. It's a giant Gundam.
There is also a
Okay.
character who is half Batman, half Superman named the Composite Man.
But that's
different, and we will never talk about
So
that.
there's like Batman, Superman, Mecha Pacific Rim story.
sort
sure.
of. It's more or less they
Batman
use,
uses it to fly into space and
And
destroy a
stop a meteor.
But
meteor.
like, oh, so Superman doesn't get in it.
Superman.
No, Superman
Because I was
Yeah.
gonna say he can do that. Anyway.
Superman's like doing other shit.
Okay.
No, well, the reason why
Well,
Superman
the
can't do
meteor is
it-
kryptonite.
Oh, okay. And does he have to like link his brain to it or something?
No, it's
No,
kind
Batman
of just
just
like
hops in. It's just buttons.
Okay.
Yeah.
he has an Xbox controller in there, and he's just driving around
Yeah.
on South.
Lex Luthor was the
Yeah.
president at that time.
Yeah, because everyone in the DC universe is an idiot.
Forgot, yeah.
They're like, I know we just saw Lex Luthor like beat up Superman, but
Yeah, we know he's a notorious supervillain, but
That would happen in real life.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Jason. Jason would be the
Yeah,
president.
Jason would be a great
He's the biggest
president.
I,
Also, Justice League Power Rangers was Tom Taylor, not
if,
Joshua
if I
Williamson.
was the president, I would use the police to take every last copy of Hitman Volume 5, Tommy's Heroes, into my own possession
Yeah,
and gatekeep it for whoever is charging astronomical prices on Amazon. For
I
it.
have every copy, and I'm just not giving them to
Do
you.
you think Lex Luthor like bought out voters or something? Like like obviously
You know what? We're gonna talk about this story one day.
Okay.
I need to reread it. He probably bought some.
he probably
voters.
like cheated,
He
right?
probably
bought
He's a
somebody.
bad guy.
Yeah, he probably bribed a lot.
He probably
Yeah.
got some voters on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also got some superheroes to back him up.
Yeah, but those superheroes are like blatantly dumb. You're like, hey, superheroes, you want to be good? And they're like,
So he's got like Gambit or something.
No,
bro, I can't take this.
no, he has like
game.
Katana. He has Katana and Black
Yeah,
Lightning.
he has
and
Katana, Black Lightning,
Power Girl.
Okay.
and Captain Adam's
Yeah.
little buddy,
Major Force.
Major Force.
Who we talked about in Green Lantern because he killed Kyle Rayner's girlfriend
Ah.
Yeah.
in a fridge.
He's an
Oh
asshole.
yeah.
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 for no reason really. He was
Yeah.
just a menace.
Okay.
From day one, he was the menace.
Mhm.
He should be president.
Yep. I'd vote for him.